All right, it is May 14th, 2024, and here is our weekly updates. We just sent an email out to everybody for the week, kind of a reflection and also looking forward to next week. Next week will be for the 15s through 17s, their final weekend, and then the week after that will be the final weekend for the 13 and 14U teams for the spring. And we really feel like it's been a great spring so far. This past weekend, wow, so many wins. It was really cool to see that. I think we went 61 and 29 on the weekend, which was amazing, and 3 championships. But really, what was cool is there were some teams that had been building. Their success hadn't been reflected in wins and losses necessarily, but they had a great weekend. It was really cool to see some of that hard work get validated in a way through the wins. And it's not always about wins and losses, but it was really cool to see those guys get some wins. And then there were some teams that were down a few players. Some teams were down to 6 and still fought through it and found a way to make the best of the situation, overcame that adversity, didn't, from what I understand, didn't use it as an excuse, but instead as an opportunity to go out and do the best they could. And it was really cool. It was great to see that. So great job to everyone from last weekend. This weekend, we have the 17U teams, 15U teams, 16U teams heading to Wichita. All of them are going there. This is the first NCAA live period of the spring and of the year. So this will be a great opportunity to get out there in front of coaches for a lot of these teams and for everybody to play on a national level. So we're excited. The email that we sent you has all of the different locations where we expect the teams to play. So you might want to check that out and see where your team might end up. That schedule will be out shortly. We saw a first draft, but honestly, I know they have some changes to make, so they're going to work on that. And as soon as they do, we'll get it out there to everyone. And then for the 13s and 14s, you'll be in Phoenix in a couple of weeks, and that will wrap up your spring. And that Elite Sports Center is an incredible facility. Like you're going to walk in and it's going to blow you away. So very cool to be doing that. Going into the summer, please have a conversation with your coach regarding the summer. If you want to do this summer, how things are going with regards to roster and what the plans are. We are still finalizing detail for the young teams, the 13s and 14s, the 15s, 16s, 17. You know what we're doing. So talk to your coach. Make sure they know if you're playing or not playing, that they know this and that they can let us know or let me know so we know what roster spots we do need to fill, because we're going to do that shortly here at some tryouts. We also have in that email a couple of reminders for the summer. We have in there the potential schedule that the 13 and 14U teams would play. And then we also have some notes on the 15, 16, 17Us, where they're playing, when they need to be in certain locations, along with some hotel and venue information, which is also available on the website. But that will give you an idea of how to start making your plans for the summer moving forward. And let's see, the question of the week, this has come up a lot, and I'm just reading my notes here. Do we have to qualify for the summer tournaments? And the way that this is going to work, this is how it's been explained to us by the NXTPRO director, is basically just the summary is everybody's going to be going to Phoenix for the 15s, 16s, and 17s, and then everybody will go to Indianapolis. The top 16 teams in the next league will qualify for the Pro 16 tournament. And that's where those 16 teams plus the 16 teams from the Pro 16 will form into a 32-team bracket. For the 17U, and they're a little different. 15, 16s are going to be done a little bit differently than the 17U, which is why there's some different arrival dates for that first event. But the 17U, anybody that qualifies for that Pro 16 League tournament will start with pool play, and then I don't remember how many games exactly it was last year, but it was like maybe 3 pool play games. That will get you seeded into this 32-team tournament. From there, you will play out the bracket. If you make it into the Elite Eight, you will continue on your tournament in Indianapolis. They'll have the Elite Eight bracket there. If you don't get into the Elite Eight, then you will play a different, I don't know how they're going to set it up, but it'll be a different event, yet it's still at the same spot. So everybody's still going to the same spot. These facilities are huge. They're going to run, essentially they're going to run multiple events under the same umbrella at the same venues. It's just how you get slotted based on how you do in Phoenix. If you are a 17U team and you don't get into the top 16, you are still going to play in Phoenix. You are still going to have your own event. Again, same facilities, same dates. It's still a live period. So everybody is still going to go there. You'll just play a bit of a different style event. But again, still live period, still going to be coaches there, still going to be amazing because this is the same venue that the young guys, the 13s and 14s are going to play at. And again, if you haven't been there, it's going to blow you away. It's amazing. For the 15s and 16s, again, same qualification. If you finish in the top 16 in the next, you will qualify for the Pro 16 League tournament and have a chance to win that tournament. The difference is they run the entire bracket in Phoenix. So you'll immediately start in bracket play, and then it will play its way all the way out. You'll still get all the games, so if you lose in the first round, you're still going to get all your games. They're just going to play it all the way out and finish that specific tournament in Phoenix. And if you don't qualify for the Pro League, you're still going to have your own event, again, in the same facility on the same dates as far as the tournament goes. But because they start bracket play right away, we wanted to get those teams a little extra practice, so that's why they're going to show up a little early in Phoenix. But regardless of how you do, even if you win the whole thing, then we still go to, all the 15s and 16s will still go to Indianapolis, and they will play their own event over there, again, in the same facilities, but just more of a, well, I don't know how they're going to structure it, but it's still live periods. The coaches can still be there. Everything can still happen. It's still going to be a nationwide event. It's going to be very solid. So that's how that's going to work. I know it's kind of confusing. The bottom line, though, is everybody's going to go to Phoenix. Everybody's going to go to Indy, and we're all going to compete there. So just keep that in mind when you're planning. It's not like, oh, if we don't qualify, we don't go. Did we just do something, set up something we shouldn't be? Everybody's going to go. These are huge events. We were just at one in Memphis with the 17U team, and they're massive. These facilities are massive. The amount of teams that come in are massive. It's a logistical wonder the way they pull it off. So they do a great job. We had a great time, and we're looking forward to doing it this summer. So that's how that's going to work in case there's any questions. And there still might be questions, and that's very, very natural. It took us 3 or 4 explanations before we figured it out and understood what they were saying, but now it makes sense. We get an idea. So that's what's going to happen there. So anyways, that's the weekly wrap up. We're looking forward to seeing everybody in Wichita that's going to Wichita. And then, of course, best of luck to our young guys going to Phoenix in a couple weeks. Definitely talk to your coach. Let them know your summer plans. Have a discussion with them. We want the summer to be an amazing experience for everybody. So you're going to want to get out there and talk to your coach. And then we will follow up with your coach and figure out who's going to be playing this summer and where their roster spots are at. And that's why we're having the tryout on the 25th. But you have a spot. You just need to let your coach know if you want to claim it or not. Okay, that's it for this week. And we look forward to seeing you next week and the week after and the week after as we go through this entire year.